All right, on the other hand, Ukraine has accused its Moscow allied neighbor Belarus of concentrating troops on the country's shared border.
Warning against unfriendly actions, Kyiv has asked Minsk not to make tragic mistakes under Moscow's pressure.
Now, it says that it had recorded the presence of Wagner fighters on the border. Ukraine has urged Belarusian armed forces to withdraw away to a distance greater than the firing range of Belarus's systems. Remember, Belarus had allowed Russian troops to use its territory as a launchpad for their invasion of Ukraine in February 2022.
The statement comes as Kyiv mounts an incursion into Russia's Kursk region and as Russia continues its advance into eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has reported further advances into Kursk.
He said that forces have taken 2 more settlements under their control and that active actions are underway in 1 more settlement.
As a part of an effort to counter Russia's advances in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region, Ukraine claims to have seized considerable Russian territory in Kursk region and also captured hundreds of Russian soldiers. Zelensky has also said that the country's incursion into Kursk was launched preventively to stop Russia from occupying Ukrainian cities of Kharkiv and Sumy.
And their next step was to prepare everything in the northern part of our country on the side of the city of Sumy near the Kursk region. And the difference here is that we did it preventively so that they would not capture our city and we were able to do it before them.
But as crossfire and counter-claims continue, a Reuters journalist was killed and 2 others injured in a strike in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk.
Ryan Evans, a member of the Reuters team covering the war in Ukraine, was killed and 2 journalists were injured in a strike on a hotel in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk. In a statement, Reuters said Evans was killed after a missile struck the Hotel Sapphire, where he was staying as part of a 6-person team on Saturday. 2 Reuters journalists were being treated in hospital. 1 of them was seriously injured. The news agency said it was urgently seeking more information about the attack and working with authorities in Kramatorsk. The 3 other members of the team who were in the hotel at the time of the strike were accounted for and safe, the agency said. Evans, a former British soldier, had been working with Reuters since 2022 and advised its journalists on safety around the world, including in Ukraine, Israel, and at the Paris Olympics. He was 38. We send our deepest condolences and thoughts to Ryan's family and loved ones, Reuters said in the statement. Ryan has helped so many of our journalists cover events around the world. We will miss him terribly. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the hotel was hit by a Russian Iskander missile, a ballistic missile that can strike at distances up to 310 miles.
And well, for more on this, our correspondent Anas Malik has sent us this ground report from Kyiv as Ukraine gains ground in the Kursk region.
Well, the Russian aggression on Ukraine continues as Ukraine marked its Independence Day yesterday, and also 2.5 years of the invasion of Russia into Ukraine. There were 2 separate attacks, first in Donetsk and the other in Belgorod. The Belgorod attack claimed the lives of at least 5 while injuring another 13. The one in Donetsk was targeted at journalists. That's what the Reuters news agency says, that the hotel that was targeted, it had its journalists, and that one of the persons from their teams, one of the journalists, is unaccounted for. The other 2 are injured. That's what Reuters say. Meanwhile, Ukraine has been able to secure a prisoner exchange on its part. Those soldiers which were captured in Mariupol, and Russia on their part, the prisoners that were exchanged were those who were captured during the recent invasion of Kursk just earlier this month. Now, it is pertinent to mention that this is the first prisoner exchange since Ukraine began its surprise assault in Russian region of Kursk. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in his Twitter post, has vowed that the Ukrainian people and the government is ever resilient, and they hope and they believe that victory will be theirs. Anas Malik in Kyiv, Ukraine for WION World is One.